All righty, welcome back to another Carbines and Cantrips book club. First episode of Nick Nethery's Relics of the Fallen, published by Raconteur Press. Pretty excited to give this one a see lookums. Tyler's not going to be able to make it tonight. He's got author stuff to do and got a little behind at work, Labor Day issues, whatnot. And then Nick Nethery might come on for one episode. I'm not sure if it'd be multiple episodes or just one, but he's going to try and make it on for one of these episodes. But yeah, how you guys doing?
Good, man. Just got back from Dragon Con, so tired as tired gets. But
yeah, that's in your state, right? Is that a Georgia con? Jesse, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Jesse, can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. Weird. Okay, Mallory in the chat. How's it going? Jesse, can you not hear me, dude? Oh, there we go. He's going to come in and out. That's not normal. Restream usually doesn't have those kind of issues, so fingers crossed it doesn't happen again. Let's see if he hops back in here. He lives like in the mountains in Georgia somewhere, so he sometimes his internet doesn't like him that much. But yeah, dude. Well, I don't want to get too into it while he's not even in the chat. Have you guys played any D&D lately? I see your messages pop up every once in a while on Discord in that chat. Usually it's somebody saying they can't make it.
Yeah, pretty much. That seems to be the D&D, how everything goes these days.
Yeah.
Usually it's me because they want to play on Tuesday night, and I have to get up stupid early for work. So
yeah, I know.
Sometimes
man.
I can play, but yeah.
I think when I retire and when I get old and all my kids are moved out, I'm just going to watch a bunch of movies, anime, play video games, play D&D. That's my dream for retirement.
Well, yeah. Once I win the lottery tonight,
yeah,
on Wednesday, because I didn't buy a ticket for tonight, and I'll hire you all as my D&D crew, and then whatever we want, right?
Exactly. I don't. Let me see if he's like hiding somewhere, trying to get back in here. I don't see him. Well, yeah. I guess I was going to talk to him about DrenCon a little bit, but we can hold off on that for a sec. Let me message him really quick, see where he's at.
Technology is great until it isn't.
I know. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was Discord. That was me.
Yeah.
Or to get down on pumpkin spice creamer and the old coffee.
September 1st is pumpkin spice season.
I love it, dude. I've been doing cold brews all summer, and then she's like, "Oh, we're at a cold brew. We're gonna do a hot one." I was like, "Oh, fine." And she brought me she's all whipped up with foam, and she sprinkled some cinnamon on top. I was like, "Ooh." Okay,
I am a big bitch. I love the pumpkin spice. So,
dude, yeah,
I have no problem admitting it.
I'm way comfortable in my masculinity to say I love pumpkin spice. I'll go get it wearing Ugg boots. I don't even care, dude.
And there's always that old, the fight on the internet. Oh, tacos are better than pumpkin spice. Fight me. I'm like, have both.
Yeah, I'll drink my pumpkin spice and eat a taco.
Or hear me out. Pumpkin spice taco. No,
I don't know, dude.
Too far.
You could probably figure something out. You can figure some kind of other ingredients to mix in there to make it like a spicy, pumpkin-y, fall taco.
Although one year after Thanksgiving, we used leftover turkeys and made some enchiladas that had roasted pumpkin in them with the turkey and green chilies. It was so good.
See, you're already blending, doing the fusion right there. We've proven that the avenue exists. We can make it happen.
That's right.
What is that thing from? I think it's How I Met Your Mother, where Barney says Chinese food, Mexican food. It's all the same. It's rice, some meat, some beef. That's I don't like Chinese food.
I mean, it was funny if you think about it. Mexican food is all just the same ingredients. It's just how do you want your tortilla prepared to serve it to you? You want it chips, nachos? Do you want it wrapped up like a burrito and deep fried, so it's a chimichanga, or not deep fried, so it's a burrito?
Yeah. Man, I don't know. He's not. Well, let's just start talking about the book because I don't. He hasn't messaged back on Discord. He might be. I don't know how long he's gonna be disconnected for. So yeah. Relics of the Fallen. I guess like the premise is we start following an EOD staff sergeant, Dan Kelly, is Afghanistan, right? I didn't write down the
I believe so.
Middle Eastern hellhole that he's in. But yeah, dude, I liked his like setting description, like the moon dust. I think is what he calls it, like just the description of dust getting on everything.
And where I grew up, like it was all volcanic, like all the dust was volcanic ash over in Eastern Oregon. So it does that same thing. Like if you drive down a road that's dusty, it just gets everywhere and it permeates everything. And then if it gets wet, same thing. It just turns to cement.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, and on top of everything being dusty, just like that area just sounds horrible. Like it's super hot. Like it's like so hot. Oh, there we go. I just heard something. So hot that like it feels like the sun is closer.
Yeah.
To the earth. Where's he at? I just heard him beep. Are you still in the chat, Mallory? What's going on with Jesse? Is he okay? They live in the same. That's his fiance, so.
Oh, okay.
Probably can't answer either. She's sucking up all the bandwidth.
What's
up, dude?
Hey, give me 1 second. I gotta get my headphones right and see if this works.
Okay.
Okay.
Check 1 2. Can you hear us?
Nope. Still can't hear you. Hold on.
What the French toast? Come on.
Okay. There we go.
Streamlabs vibes.
Okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
I can hear you.
Cool. My PC is having fits, so we're doing the cell phone. Hopefully I'll look okay.
Yeah, you look pretty clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it shows up a little bit, like to me on here, like on this screen, it seems a little blurry, but then when I watch it on YouTube, it's a lot clearer.
Gotcha.
After the fact. But yeah.
You're not doing this anymore.
What's that?
No.
He's not doing this anymore where he's just like.
Yeah. I was going to ask you before you kind of glitch out there. Mallory says, I hate our internet. It's windsuck. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Windstream, it's a terrible service.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what windsuck is. It's like a Georgia saying or something I don't know about. Yeah, Dragon Con, dude. I was going to ask you before you hopped off there. I saw there's like some drama going on about it. Like one of the artists at a booth got kicked out for having like being accused of having AI art. Yeah.
So there's been multiple dramas as far as the AI thing is concerned. Dragon has communicated and made it clear they're anti-AI to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
But they also have not always communicated it that well or at the right time. So it ends up where we have this is now kind of becoming a habit where it's like, oh, hey, we're anti-AI, but we didn't say in our rules for our contest beforehand that you couldn't use AI. Then we got to the finalist and decided to disqualify a cover that used AI because it used AI, but we never told anybody that you couldn't enter the contest if you used AI.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened with this particular booth because that was last year that they did that. So I don't know if the dude didn't get the memo or if the dude lied about it. I don't know any of the details on that. But yeah, they did have one booth that was basically kicked out because they were using AI art.
Well, yeah, because last year it was Cedar Sanderson's Goblin Market. And if you don't know Richard, Cedar Sanderson, I'm pretty sure she does the art for Raconteur Press. There's one other artist too, so I'm not sure if it was her or the other artist that did the art for this book. But yeah, she's a kick-ass artist. And like, as far as her using AI, I haven't talked to her about it, but I doubt she just like put a prompt in and like that was the cover. I'm pretty sure she has used it for like some kind of editing, which that's the problem. Like they're not like explaining what the limitation is. Like technically, the word processor is AI, right? Like what
everything's AI now. It's like you I did like constantly for work. We use Adobe like Acrobat for everything.
Yeah.
And like, or for a lot of stuff. And I'm constantly like turning off AI prompts. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just looking at a building plan. Like,
yeah.
I don't need AI to truncate this for me. And
exactly.
All this stuff. Like, just stop.
Yeah. I just hope that like Dragon Con isn't making a hat. Like it seems like so that's 2 years in a row now. And I don't know, they're gonna maybe develop a bad reputation for having kind of murky rules. And who knows, maybe this person can get their entry fee back from,
no idea. I have no idea how they're going to handle all that. I think that, how can I put this? We have a lot of industries that I'm a part of that involve a lot of introverted people. Mm-hmm. And they involve a lot of things that take a lot of like creative effort and creative style people. Writing, editing, art, music. These are all things that people tend to like kind of really introspect the soul and put their soul into the creativity. Mm-hmm. The issue that comes with that is, in my personal opinion, a bunch of people in these industries lack social skills and they lack good communication skills and often just don't give a damn enough. The effort is there. Social skills are hard for them. Communication's hard for them. And so their battery for it runs out very quickly. And then they don't fucking communicate. I mean, just being real, like and this happens with publishers, editors, everybody. You'll send emails, you don't get an answer for 3 days. Somebody will say, yeah, I want to buy this piece. And then they don't talk to you for 3 months. There's a lot of that happens in these industries. And I think that sci-fi conventions suffer a little bit from that too, because those same people are volunteering to run all these things. And I'm very grateful for all the work that they do. I'm just saying every group has its issues. Yeah. And the big issue for any of those places that I've listed is that, with exception, some people just don't communicate.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested to see, because there's not a lot of information out about this incident so far that I've seen. I think I saw like one article, and then the rest of it's like a bunch of drama on Reddit and X and stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as I can tell, it might just be an allegation. So again, maybe they jumped the gun and just ripped the person out without really explaining the situation. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I hope they figure it out in the future.
Yeah, me too.
But do they announce the winners for Dragon? Like, do you know who won like Dragon Awards? Is that already over? Or?
I know they're over. I know the winners at least know they're winners.
Okay.
I don't know if a public list has been published yet. I would assume by now it normally is. Con's over. Everybody should know by now.
All right.
And I did get to talk with some people who were in the running that were didn't win, took second. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't have a full list of winners myself. I don't honestly give much of a crap about awards.
Yeah.
Awards are this really weird thing in the writing space where it's like, yeah, they're really cool and they'll help you get a job if you want to teach writing at some like college or whatever, but most readers don't care. Most readers want to know if you have a cool cover or cool story, or they get recommended by a friend. It's not often that an award turns into a paycheck as far as sales are concerned, unless it's a paycheck teaching or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Like, you always see actually, I don't know what book awards are even, because I don't pay that much attention.
New York Times bestseller.
I flip to the back of the book or to like the front page. I'm like, oh, what's this about? Like, oh, this sounds like an interesting story. Mm-hmm. Did they win an award? That's cool.
Yeah. I don't think, unless you're like actively like engaging in the writing community stuff, I don't think most people, like readers, I doubt most people know what the awards are. Or
there's a couple. There's a couple big ones. There's like Hugos and Nebulas and stuff like that. But there was a lot of drama recently as far as a lot of how those were chosen and selected, and a lot of politics that got involved. And even entire groups of writers that were like, screw you and the horse you rode in on because of the political issues. But I don't think it makes much of a difference. There's so many books that are absolutely fantastic that never win any of these awards.
Yeah.
Using that as a benchmark is kind of goofy.
100%. Yeah. Well, that was my only question about Dragon Con. I literally just saw the drama like a half hour before the stream. I was like, oh, maybe something to chat about. But back to Relics of the Fallen, the reason we're here tonight. Me and Richard were kind of talking about, not much for while you were gone, but just kind of like talking about like the setting, like when it starts off there in Afghanistan, and like his use of like describing like the dust being on everything and like how hot it was and felt like the sun was closer. Just a cool like description, a good way to lay out the setting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, do you guys have any thoughts you want to throw out there before we get started on this book? Like, your initial impressions?
I'm liking it so far. It's got kind of it started out as kind of just like your standard like military operation book.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of, this weird thing happens, like you kind of don't know what to expect going into it. And then suddenly it's like, oh, these people are getting sucked into a black hole or something. Like, what's going on?
Brutal.
And then, this guy wakes up in the hospital after like going on this flight to Germany. And like people are basically, telling him like, oh no, this is what really happened. It was an RPG. Like you didn't see this thing that you think you saw. Kind of, what is it, gaslighting him?
Yeah, gaslighting shit out of him.
And then these two guys show up and they're like, we need you to sign this NDA. And he's like, well, what's this all about? They're like, we don't know. We're supposed to come have you sign this. It's like, okay.
Yeah, the thing that definitely didn't happen that you didn't see, you're not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah. So, I feel like, yeah, that's a good intro because it like gets you in like, okay, what's really going on?
Yeah, I definitely opened up quick with like revealing the hidden world, like, the secret world of the world.
And me going in, like, I don't know anything about any of this. Like, you're just like, oh, here's this book that we're going to read. I was like, sweet. So,
yeah, me neither. It's like, I think Jesse reached out to me and said that Rankin Press reached out. And then I was like, dude, yeah, this looks sweet.
Yeah. And, I don't often go into a book just completely blind. Like, okay, I don't know what this is even going to be about. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then, that was part one, which was a good setup. And then part two, it starts getting into like this whole like Warehouse 13-y kind of thing. Like I haven't gotten far enough to like, really know, because he like suddenly gets this weird job interview that he didn't apply for.
Yeah.
And the weird guy that obviously knows everything about him, and then gets taken to this place and shown stuff. I don't know how many. Like obviously we're giving out spoilers.
Oh yeah, you can spoil everything. Yeah, Jesse has a spoiler alert sign.
Yeah,
you don't have to hold anything back. You just
gotta break it out.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Yeah, it really it feels like it's like the Hurt Locker meets like Hellboy.
Yeah. So
Well,
I'm really interested to see where it goes, because I really like things, and again, like Warehouse 13 kind of stuff, or that's the only thing I can think of right off the top. It's like I've never read anything at all or watched any modern sci-fi shows, but yeah, that kind of like, oh, we collect these weird things and try and figure out what they are. And
yeah.
From this super secret government organization, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you've read it, Richard, but I know Jesse has. But this opening kind of reminds me of kind of the like the trope of like Monster Hunter does, where it's like, boom, like first right out of the gate, we are introduced to like what's different about the real world. It's like the secret world, and then it's the person that survives the ordeal is kind of bullied or gaslit into thinking that either it's not real or you just can't talk about it. and then it slowly kind of, because they survived it, they have this unique quality or qualification in order to work in this supernatural field. So then gets recruited by an agency or a company to come in and then kind of be a subject matter expert or whatever. In Monster Hunter, he becomes a hunter, but in this, obviously, he seems like he's going to go track down these objects. So yeah, I like that. That trope, I guess. It's like I like getting quick into the action rather than like dragging it out, and then finally like chapter 3, 4, like, oh, this is why the world's special.
And another thing I appreciated was the end of the second section was where it's like, and this I don't think you normally see, is they're like, okay, well, now that we've shown you this, the intro to this world of wonder that we're about to bring you into, and obviously you're on board, let us show you the people that got messed up. Like,
yeah. What do you think about I'll just say when I got to that part, I was like, oh man, I wish they would have described the guy in the metal tank a little bit more. Yeah. Then I was like, well, it's kind of like I did want more description, but at the same time, it kind of like makes it a little bit more like the mystery of the unknown. So a little bit more like mysterious dread around it.
Another thing I appreciated is I ran where the guy was speaking
like Indian or whatever, Tamil, I can't remember
Tamil or whatever.
Tamil. Yeah.
So I used like Google and translated it, and it was actual like there's a translation for it.
Oh, I didn't even think to try that.
Anyone else did that? Oh, I love like hidden little Easter eggs and stuff like that. And so he was saying, "This is making me very tired. It hurts me that you haven't been able to help me yet. Run away from here, run." I was like, oh, that's such a cool element to add that in and actually have it say like something that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was just like made up stuff until like it went down, and then it was
I did at first, but I was like, all right, well, never hurts to check. I mean, if you made up some cool alien language, that's cool. But if
that's what I thought it was. I didn't realize that was a human text.
Yeah.
But that's cool that you found. I didn't think look that up, and that does add a cool flavor to it. I like that. What do you got, Jesse? Like anything sticking out to you?
I mean, so I think that I agree with you. That was one of the thoughts I had while I was reading, is I would actually have appreciated just a little bit of a general description of the Green Beret that had become this monstrosity.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because they looked at it and he's like, yeah, we tried to like let him out one time and he like killed 3 people.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so clearly he's still, whatever form he still has, however monstrous it is still very powerful.
Yeah.
But I also think, I don't know Nick super well, but I've been blessed to at least spend a little bit of time with him. And I think that he'll probably come around later. Like, I think that all of these characters are a little bit of the groundwork for like what's going to, and maybe not in this book, maybe in the next one, but I think that we'll end up wrapping back around all of that. I did appreciate the Tamil. I did think that was cool. That I tried to do something very similar with Gaelic in one of my stories. So there's a whole scene where, not a whole scene, it's about half a scene where the 2 characters that are most interacting are speaking Gaelic.
Mm-hmm.
And but I basically have the rest of the characters in the scene. One of them understands it, and he gives you the short version.
Oh, okay.
So they speak in this very like formal Gaelic, and then he's like, "Yeah, basically, Haas told him to screw off," and it's like, and then yeah, she didn't take that well. And it's like, nope, we're about to fight again. Like, it's like, nope, like, so it's. But I do think it's fun to include stuff like that because then, like you said, there's a little bit of an Easter egg. People can go and research things. I think that the whole concept is cool. I know Nick was EOD, like this was his stuff, like his job, and the idea of, it's kind of like a fresh take on spells because we all know spells can destroy and be terrible and create wild magical artifacts. But yeah, there would have to be somebody who had to deal with like the magical landmine that some idiot left, just like somebody's got to deal with the regular landmine that some idiot left from the last war. So I do think it's a really cool kind of X-Files, joint task force, kind of deal. I dig it.
Yeah. I honestly, like, I'm kind of questioning, like, is it like alien or angel? Like, is it science or supernatural? Like, I can't figure out exactly what the flavor, because I guess it could be magical, but it also could just be super advanced technology that opens up a wormhole when you pour water on it.
I'm honestly suspecting a little bit of both.
Yeah.
At this point, I expect this to be science fantasy,
based on like the frictionless material kind of a thing. Like that's very sciencey, but also they found it, and like the whole black hole thing seemed kind of sciencey, but then you also
singularity bomb.
Yeah, but then the last line of that second section is like, oh yeah, her arm started growing eyes, basically.
Well, if you read Land and Sea, they can make stuff grow in weird places.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There's always a fun aspect of like a well done like magitech kind of a thing, like where it's a combination of magic and technology. If it's done really well, it can be really cool.
Yeah, I think with like science, when you're going like crazy with like speculative science, because like we don't know, there's so much about like our own brains or like the universe that we don't know. So like it could seem like magic, but it could literally just be super, super, super advanced science. I will say like the first two parts here with like one with the incident with this first artifact, and then like going to I can't remember what the name of the base was called. Something Lake, Copper Lake? No, not Copper Lake.
A canyon. It's Canyon Lake.
Canyon Lake.
Yeah.
And going through that and seeing like the tests and like all the precautions and like the super controlled environments he goes through to make sure that when they test these ordinances that like nobody gets hurt. And then to see like go to the clinic to see what happens when people do get hurt. I think it's a really good way to open the book and build like the tension for like what he's about to go do. So now that he's going to go out into the field where it's not a controlled environment, there's not only the dangerous artifact, but there's probably going to be hostile humans wherever he's going to go, like there was in Afghanistan. It just kind of builds up the tension for what he's about to go do. So I think it was a good opening.
Yep. And also, and he even brought it up, like, how's his wife going to react to this?
That was one of the questions I wrote down. I was like, is there going to be a fight between, like, because it seems kind of implicit. Like, he didn't say, like, okay, I'll take the job, but it was like,
yeah,
I think it was
he was excited.
He was excited, but then he was like, okay, why? He's like, why are you showing me this? He's like, well, we show you this to see, we show people this to see if they run. And so by the fact that he didn't run, I was like, okay, it's kind of implied then that he accepted the job.
Yeah.
But then like there was no conversation with Kat. Because I kind of like, I poked down to the next little bit. And it seems like he's on a mission. I read like 2 sentences, but for section 3, but it seems like he's out on a mission. So I'm assuming he took the job.
And I think somewhere alluded to the fact that she knows that she's not going to be she knows he's not going to be able to tell her everything, kind of a thing. Yeah. So, I mean, she's probably been through this before, but.
Yeah, but she wanted him to have like a safer job though at the same time.
Right. But also, it seems like she's pretty desperate to get out of that little crap town that they're in too.
Yeah, that was I kind of like when we transitioned out of Afghanistan and the hospital in Germany to I can't remember the name of the Texas town, Khalil or whatever it was called. Khalil.
Yeah. Killing or something like.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was like a Middle Eastern town or like some base he was at. And so like I wasn't quite sure what was going on until I read a little bit further. So that kind of like jarred me a little bit when I jumped into that section. So I was like, I didn't realize there was a 6-year jump until like he said 6 years. I think somebody called him a master sergeant, which was obviously another clue that it was in the future. And then I think he said Texas. It's obviously at some point he says Texas.
Yeah.
So then I realized they were in Texas. But at first I was like, where the hell is he? But yeah. Wasn't that big of a deal because it smooths itself out as you keep reading.
Yeah.
I will say I found some of the secondary characters to kind of pop a little bit more than Dan did. Like I felt like AJ and Bunny where it felt a little bit more like coming off the page than Dan. And and Major Neville, I thought he was kind of an interesting little dude. Guy. Those little quirks and messy office and yelling at the LT. But yeah, dude. I'm liking it, man.
Way too long to realize that Bunny was a guy. Like heard that name and I assumed, but I mean, it makes sense. If you're in the military, you get nicknames. And,
Yeah, honestly, I was like in my head, I was switching Bunny and AJ. Like,
yeah, me too.
I was like, oh wait a minute, Bunny's the dude and AJ's the girl. Which is funny because like I could picture like those kind of girls that are like, they're not super pretty, but they're like cute, and like all the single dudes just like give them like all the attention in the world when you're in the military. Super easy for them to scoop up dudes. And something else that cracked me up was when he pulls up to the base for the first time, like the facility that used to be a lodge. He describes like all the veterans are all like dressed the same. They have, like the 5'11" pants and polos and wearing ball caps and stuff. It really do be like that sometimes.
Yeah. The operator chic.
Yeah. I know it's funny when I was working at Loophole, I wear like they weren't 5'11", they were Prana pants, and I wear polo. And then like this one girl there, she's like, "Are you a veteran?" And I was like, "Oh God, I need to start dressing differently." I'm a stereotype. I'm not even like an operator. I was Navy. I wasn't even like a combat rate or whatever. Yeah, dude. Let's see here. You guys got? I got a bunch of notes. If you guys got any notes you want to hit, just let me know.
A big one that jumped out for me that I want to ask Nick about when he comes on, because it's honestly not the first time I've heard it, was if I had a nickel for every EOD guy that had said something like this, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. That's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah.
But it was the like, yeah, I wasn't wearing my like full bomb suit or whatever. But if I was wrong about that, then they could Article 15 my corpse. Like, yeah. And I've heard more than one EOD guy be like, yeah, it's like, there wasn't really a lot of pressure because, if I got it right, then I got it right. And if I got it wrong, it was somebody else's problem. It's like, God.
I mean, like, because a lot of jobs I've had PPE, like nothing as crazy as a bomb suit. But like most guys or, employees, when they're supposed to be wearing PPE, a lot of times they don't wear it. So obviously I can see it applying to, even though that's a crazier job, maybe it becomes normal to them and they still kind of treat their PPE in the same disregarded fashion.
Yeah, the closest thing I've had is my previous job. Like we were in a food manufacturing plant and the main breakers would pop every once in a while because there's a place outside that would just get filled with water and it'd trip them out. And we had to go reset those. And to do that, we had to put on like the full bunny suit and like the mask and stand on a rubber mat and have someone like literally like 6 feet away with a wooden stick as you like pump the thing and you're ready to push the button and hope it doesn't vaporize you. I'm like, even with this PPE, there's not going to be much left of me. Like, what's the point? Kind of. So I mean, I kind of get that to a point, but still, maybe I'll survive and be miserably disfigured for the rest of my life, I guess. Yeah, you get to a certain point. Well, if I'm right, I'm right. Same thing. It's someone else's problem if I'm not. So
yeah, I think the craziest one I used, which wasn't one like that we would wear, but it was one we had to utilize. So when I was a tire guy, we had these cages that we would wheel wheels and tires in to air them up. And the reason you did it, obviously, because somebody got horribly injured at one point. They used to air him up just on the tire changers, and while he was doing that, it exploded. I think like ripped like half the kid's face off. A lot of the guys at the tire stores are young dudes, so he was a young guy that got pretty effed up. So yeah, we used these big cages that we roll the wheels and tires in. That actually was the one that I never like aired up a tire. I put my foot on it or something. Like I always put him in the cage because I did not want to feel what that felt like.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would be great.
No.
2 out of 10 would not recommend.
Would not. Out of 1 though, it's not the worst thing ever. I was curious. I wonder if AJ and Bunny are actually dead. Like they probably are, but I'm also wondering if
I hope so.
like through.
I mean, it sounded like they got ripped pretty well apart
and like mingled together, right? And they kind of went limp.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe they got sent
Again,
to another
yeah.
place and turned into something else, to an AJ Bunny monster. Maybe they'll come back. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he goes to another dimension and encounters his old squad mates. I don't know. They could be dead. I mean, they seem dead, but who knows?
Nick is somewhere furiously scribbling with a notebook. Bring AJ and Buddy back as a nightmare.
Yeah. Do you play Helldivers 2 at all?
I do.
Yeah. Like it's the what is it, Lumin? I can't remember what they're called, but the big clumps of basically a bunch of bodies smushed together, and like these big hulks with arms that are all over the place. Basically something like that. I can't remember what they call that. It's like I don't know. It's like a crowd golem or something. I don't know. Let's see here. I'm also kind of wondering. I'm getting like a vibe that something bad's gonna happen to Dan's family, like the cat and the kids. That could just be because I just got done reading The Hand of God, and Yuval does terrible things to characters.
Yeah, the paranoia is kicking in.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I was just like, is something bad gonna happen to this family? He seems to care about them a lot. Obviously, they're his family, but they're getting a lot of screen time. So I'm wondering if they're gonna go bye-bye. We'll see. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I really liked how he introduced the. I don't think they've used the term "relics of the fallen" yet. So just the alien ordnance is what I'll call them, by taking them to show like the tests. I don't know. It's a really cool craft device, I guess, to kind of just show, to explain to the reader what's going on without just being like, an expo dump.
Things I'm curious about are like, who are the fallen, because the title is Relics of the Fallen. Also, the Wormwood Archive. What's that? Because is that? I mean, that's not the name of the place, obviously. Is that just what they call their collection of stuff, or is that something that they find? Like, it'll be interesting to hear where that goes. It's a cool name too. So
yeah, I wonder if they if he's being lied to, or at least he didn't. Lied to, and they do know who's making it, or if it really is that's just part of the plot that we're gonna have to unfold, is figuring out who's making these or who left them behind.
Yeah.
Dude. When the first one where it's like they have the robot with the bottle with the rat in it, and they take it to I don't know, it's like 9 feet away, and then the rat goes into a coma. One kind of effed up. That's like a perma coma. His effects are pretty cool, like the side effects that these things cause. I'll say when he first, the scientist came over and was explaining that for living things it affects them like this. I think it was for living things, what do they do to non-living things? I was thinking in my head he meant dead things. I was like, does this thing make zombies? I think he's talking about
that would be wild if it slept the living and woke the dead.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Necrobomb. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Well, then, the thing I found interesting was, their explanation was kind of like pheromones. I'm like, but how does that affect non-living, electronic and mechanical things? That's interesting.
Well, I think that the pheromones was the first. That was the one that was the
with the rat.
That was the one before that. The one with no friction.
I think
the rat one.
I thought the friction one was the second one.
The pheromones was the no friction one.
Oh, was that? Okay.
Was it?
Yeah.
You got me all messed up. Yeah, I thought it was the other way around too. Either way. I thought I was gonna make a bunch of zombies. And what do they call it? The super sap or whatever? The the goop that they try to pour over.
The tar, the super tar or whatever.
There's no way that doesn't come back later. I don't. They probably like to throw it like a monster or something. I don't know, but they have to come back.
That's be a great booby trap.
Yeah, or they how they can flood all the rooms with all kinds of crazy stuff. Like someone gets trapped in a room, it gets flooded with super tar.
Or anything that had a physical mechanism for triggering. If you got that super tar and you just soak it in super tar, it can't physically trigger.
Yeah, that's great. I like how he describes it. It's a more secure bond than welding metal together.
Yeah, that was wild. That
Okay, just got like, well, they got like an unlimited budget.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I also
super
like
tough.
that they're like, "Who's this guy? Is he your boss?" And they're like, "Oh no, he's the facilities guy, but
Yeah.
he could pretty much just like ruin all of us." So yeah, I guess he's kind of our boss. Like,
Yeah, he's the
we're
material
just
control
this
officer.
guy in the background. You know?
He gets us folding chairs and super tar when we need it.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if it's going to be like more of a like play into this more.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
excited to read section 3 because I mean, I love that like they put the pictures in. Like, so we read the 2 books ago. We read an anthology, Richard, from Raconteur Press, and like every story had like a full page art image. I think most of them by Peter Sanderson did them, but it's cool. It seems like every section in this book.
Yeah, I was noticing that. Like, I like the art on the. I guess
Yeah.
is okay to show this. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I saw the word Sicario in pretty early on in section 3 there. So correct me if I'm wrong. That's like drug cartels, right? Sicario. That's like what those guys are.
yeah, can be. Absolutely.
The fact that they're in tunnels, I'm guessing that he's gone somewhere south of the border looking for some relics. So I'm excited to get to that part. Let's see. What else I got on mine? Go ahead.
I feel like we stopped right where we really get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the way the pages ended up working out. And like we finally got like all the intros done, all the setups done. Now we're gonna dive into what really is going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it was a good build. I think it was a good intro to build tension for him to actually go start doing his job. Yeah, man. I remember that. Yeah, I think that's about all the notes I had for what I thought of it. Man, I liked it. Kind of like I said, the structure of it kind of reminds me of how Monster Hunter International was structured to start off, can get you thrown right into the world, which I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's given enough of a glimpse into the world that it like hooks you and makes you want to like gets you interested. And you're like, all right, what's going on? What's going to happen? What are all these unanswered questions I have? And I like that because sometimes there's just so much exposition and world building. Like it gets really boring and tedious at first, but this has been a good combination of like kind of getting some action and also some world building in it, which I like. It felt smooth and not, here's a bunch of data.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to throw some people in there and some stuff's going to happen. And you have to remember all this stuff.
Yeah, I feel like when you get something that has like a bunch of expo dumps, and it might not be like 100%, there might be exceptions to the rule, but I feel like a lot of times it's something that like newer, like less experienced writers tend to do. Which I don't know how experienced Nick is, but I mean, he seems maybe he's a very experienced reader or something. But
no, I mean Nick's a pretty experienced writer. He's an alpha merc, and we beat the hell out of each other when it comes to writing.
Yeah.
So and he's him and Mike Burke have a short story in the next Monster Hunter Files. They're actually, it's funny you brought that up, that they're going to be in the next one.
Yeah, I haven't listened to a Monster Hunter Files yet. I just actually just finished Murder on the what the hell was it? It was a Larry Correia part of his Spellbound. No, what's the word I'm looking for? His like
Hard Magic.
Hard Magic. Yeah, it was like a short story.
Yeah. Murder on the Orient Express or whatever, something like that.
So, yeah, like that. Yeah, it's like an hour and a half audiobook. Total sweet little chore listen. But
Cool.
Yeah, dude. Monster Hunter Files. I think I heard a Monster Hunter story in Target Rich Environment, but
yeah,
it's not. That's not like a straight up Monster Hunter anthology, though, is it?
No, that was Target Rich Environment was Larry's collection of his short stories.
Oh, okay. It's not an antho, it's a collection.
Yeah, well, I mean, it technically is an antho because you can have an antho that's just your stuff. But yeah, it wasn't multiple different authors. It was his. It was all Larry.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I need to start cracking down on some of the Monster Hunter Files.
Files was great, man. There's some great stories in there. There's one. I want to credit the right author. I'm trying to remember. I want to say it was John Quincy Allen. But he wrote one about two brothers that wander off into a canyon looking for their friends and end up running up on a hobgoblin nest. And man, that story was great. Oh, yeah. It was good. There's a lot of cool ones in there. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Ever since we started rocking out the Weird Warfare, I've been like way more into short fiction, like just like short stories and like novellas. I really like novellas, dude. So I got time to read those big Chris Rocchio,
the epic tales
book, dude. Yeah, like the Brandon Sanderson books that are huge.
Yeah,
well, only 300,000 words.
Yeah, I've never actually read a Brandon book, so I don't know.
I have hot takes on the subject that I will refrain from sharing while we're recording.
All right. Yeah, dude.
The wrath of the internet.
Yeah.
Well, it's taste, right? So he's a fantastic writer, better writer than me. His sales prove it. It just was not my taste. And how old's Mistborn? All right, so spoiler alert here. If anybody hasn't read Mistborn, I'm gonna warn you now because that's not included in the deal. So skip ahead a minute or something. You start reading Mistborn, you get like 3/4 of the way through the book, and the dude that is the linchpin of this entire story, the dude that is the only hope to ever beat the evil big bad guy, the dude that we have been hinging all of our bets on this entire time, totally screws the pooch and dies. He can't do it. He can't do it. He gets murdered. And then it totally switches gears and starts following a new character. And at that point, I was reading and read that happen and read 2 or 3 pages into this totally new viewpoint, like new character, everything else, and went straight over my shoulder. Never came back. It totally threw me out of the book, destroyed any interest I had in ever returning to the book, destroyed any interest I had in ever reading another book by the author. I was already struggling, continuing to read, but people are swearing to me this is like one of the best books ever written.
Yeah.
Over and over again. And I'm older now. Maybe if I go back and give it another crack, I'll be in a different mindset, because that matters when you read. What mindset you're in makes a big difference. But for me, that was just not. The hype failed on me.
Yeah. I mean, it's a risky move, right? You get the readers invested in a character who seems like he's going to be like you said, the linchpin. Did it seem like just like he was going for like a shock value with the character's death, hoping that was going to be like hook people?
I don't think so. I think that Brandon plots incredibly wonderful, intricate stories. It's just not the style for me. Yeah. I think he had that plan the whole time. I think he knew what he was doing when he did it. I think he did it on purpose. That he was going to this was all groundwork, because this man's crafting this whole cosmos. Like, he's writing on the universal level. Yeah. He's not even writing on like a country or a world level. He's shaping an entire existence. Yeah. And I don't think that it was like an oversight or anything. I think that it was what he wanted to do, and that he was telling us, this story, and that's what happens. And I'm sure that the next character is probably the person that really could achieve whatever Kelsier is the character was supposed to achieve. The problem was
brand new. Like, had you
pretty much brand new. I think there maybe have been in the book maybe one more time. Like, it was
for the reader.
Yeah. And it just totally, it derailed the crap out of me. And I threw that book over my shoulder and never looked back. And then people go, "Oh my God, you got to read it. You got to read it. You got to read it." And I'm like, no, I don't have to read it. I really don't.
Yeah. That's how I felt with, because I'm a big fan of The Witcher, and I went to go read Season of Storms, which is like the prequel book. Dude, I got like 50 pages in, and I tried like 4 times. I was like, okay, there's some really annoying stuff in here. But I'm going to keep pushing through because I love The Witcher. Seriously, 4 times, and I made it 50 pages in, and I was like, I can't finish this book. I almost just want to get rid of it because it's on my shelf, and it's bothering me that I haven't read it, and it's on my shelf.
Have you ever read Elric at all, Michael Moorcock?
I've been listening to it. So with the Elric, I've gone through the whole first part where he his cousin steals his other cousin. He has to go and save her because he's in love with his cousin. Weird Melnebenangans. I don't know why you refer to them, but so I read that part, and then he basically goes out on it to go see the world, and he goes to like this Middle Eastern style land and gets drugged by this evil lord dude who wants him to go steal from these other like gypsies or whatever that live out in the desert. So where I'm at there, he's basically out in the desert. He met a dream thief, and then they went to the gypsy place. The dream thief tried to save like the chief's daughter, who was like trapped in like an eternal spell magic dream. Spoilers for this really old story that's been up for a long time. But yeah, then that dream thief dies in the attempt, and then like a more powerful dream thief shows up and like, oh, the idiot! If he just would have waited 5 minutes for me to show up, I could have helped him. He would have been alive. But that's where I'm at with Elric right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, anybody that's like, oh yeah, I really like The Witcher. I was like, okay, you need to read Elric. That's
funny because I didn't know The Witcher was a book series. I played Witcher 3 and I loved that game. And then I started reading the books, and then it was Razor Fist on X. It was like, yeah, it's like a huge kind of ripoff of Elric. And then I started listening to Elric, and I was like, oh, yeah, it really is. There's like so much that, there's obviously differences, but definitely more than I don't know if you really say it's just like he's just drawing inspiration from Elric. A lot of it is kind of like a 1-for-1.
Yeah. Not coincidentally inspired.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Elric, dude. It's cool. It was like a free download. Like, sometimes you get free stuff that's not part you have to waste a credit on, but I didn't finish it before it locked back out. So that's as far as I got before it locked on me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I did just download because it's September 1st and I got my credit. The 100, the 3rd book in the Savage Wars trilogy. Have you read that? Have you heard that yet?
Nope. I've only done Savage Wars 1.
Oh, okay. So you haven't done God's Legionnaires?
Yep.
Ooh, boy.
Is it an audiobook or?
Yeah, I have an audio. Stephen Lang, the colonel from Avatar, like the evil colonel from Avatar, he narrates it.
Okay. I just finished one of my audiobooks, and now I've got to find another one. So, because I listen to audiobooks a lot for work since I drive everywhere.
Yeah, I like if you like just go to like Wargate, they have a ton of awesome stuff, dude. They got Galaxy's Edge. Land and Sea is my favorite. It's like mechs versus aliens on Earth. The aliens invade. I think Jesse, you're a big fan of Forgotten Ruin.
Forgotten Ruin is basically Army Rangers get dropped into a D&D world, and they have a machine that makes sure that like they can replenish ammo, so they don't have to go native. Which was like the whole purpose of like Wargate as like a subgenre, was that it let soldiers continue to be soldiers instead of having to transform into something else.
Yeah.
Because like John Carter and a bunch of like guys all going all the way back into the 20s and even older had been modern warriors that got thrown into some sci-fi or fantasy thing, but they always ran out of ammo and then had to either learn how to fight with a sword or already knew how and had to change to that or whatever. So the whole purpose of Wargate was like, oh, well, this is the thing where they can continue to be Marines, continue to be Marines, Rangers continue to be Rangers, but they get to deal with these threats.
Yeah. If you like Star Wars, I'd say Galaxy's Edge is darker than Star Wars. It's maybe like a mingling of several different kind of space opera style things. Like there's some Warhammer. It's dark. There's some really effed up stuff in Galaxy's Edge. But yeah, dude, it's awesome. And there's a ton of books, man. What's that?
I'm starting a little list over here, like books I need to read.
Yeah, dude. If you I know you're a big Jim Butcher fan, so I would suggest you pick up some Larry Correia stuff, dude. So like Monster Hunter books.
Yeah.
Servants of War. I think you would really like Servants of War.
Oh,
I always recommend Servants of War. It's like my favorite book.
Dear Steve, please. Servants of War 2.
Quit your job. You can start like a GoFundMe. We can just like, or like a Patreon just so we can like start paying him to not work.
That's match Steve's day job salary.
Yeah. He might be able to do it, dude. I mean, I don't know. There's a pretty good amount of members on the I subscribe to the dojo. I'm a member, supporter, whatever the word is you're supposed to use.
Patron?
Well, yeah, no, it's like a what is it on? How do you
it's not Patreon.
It's not Patreon, no, it's I don't know. I don't know what the website is you subscribe to them on, but I forgot. Are you a supporter, Jesse, of Writer Dojo?
I'm in the Writer Dojo Facebook group, which is really awesome. It's one of the only reasons to actually have Facebook.
Yeah.
But so's Monster Hunter Nation. Like that whole crew, that crazy, that whole crew is how I met the Mercs, how I met the Alpha Mercs, because the Alpha Mercs work off of Writer Dojo. So some of the admins and people like that were Alpha Mercs, and that's kind of how I ended up meeting those people.
Yeah.
Shout out Jesse Barrett, who's awesome and is a mod for all of that.
Yeah, I always need to like send it. I'm assuming Jesse's a dude, but I guess that shouldn't. It could be a girl too. Because I want to like.
Jesse's definitely a dude.
Post like some of these, advertisements for the stream on the Monster Hunter group, because I figured some people in there might be interested to, especially like Relics of the Fallen is a Raconteur Press, like Raconteur Press and like Larry, like everyone's all buddy. He's had like Law Dog on the dojo and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, my understanding is they wrote together all the way back on like the Gun forums and stuff like that. They were working in the same circles then.
Yeah, dude. I forgot to say because you weren't here last week. And Tyler suggested maybe our next books after this, maybe we do like, I don't know, like Glitch Grim, do like because it's October coming up, do like a Halloween kind of thing.
Glitch Grim would be sick. I'm hoping I'm in it. I submitted for it. My other suggestion was going to be Academy of Outcasts, because it should be out by then.
Yes, I was going to Academy Outcast. I don't know when American Paladin is going to drop, but dude, if we could get like Larry on the show for even one episode, that would be awesome.
I can poke him. I can poke him. I messaged him. Mallory loves Monster Hunter too. So I messaged him and I was like, hey, like, because we're doing quotes, like posters with book and song quotes that are all over the reception area. And I was like, hey, are there any like quotes you think that would like fit for a wedding? And he was cool. He answered me really fast. He was like, hey, Jess, he's like, dude, I got so many books in my head. He goes, you'd probably be better throwing that one to throw it out to the Monster Hunter Nation and see what they say.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Larry because he answered me on that one, and then Faith Hunter, who writes Skinwalker, the Jane Yellow Rock series, was really sweet to Mallory and like answered her and gave her suggestions too. That was.
Have you read that
cool.
series? That sounds awesome. I'm gonna write that down.
So I've read book 1, which was really good. But Mallory read the entire series, tore through it. It has a spin-off series. She tore through that too. And I'm talking about she did those straight. Like, finished one, used her credit, got the next one, and like I couldn't talk her into even taking a break. She tore through them. The first one was really good, but I had like my favorite authors putting books out. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll come back to this later, and I just haven't come back yet. Yeah, that's you never know. I'll say this to anybody watching, like, you never know, like, don't bother people, don't harass people. But if you have a legitimate reason to contact somebody and you really love their work, I mean, worst they do is don't answer.
Yeah.
Be polite, send a message, an email or a Facebook message or whatever, and you know, a lot of people are human, man, and they're great. Every time I've spoken with Larry or worked with him, 90% of the authors we talk about, every time I've spoke or seen them, anything like that, they've been absolutely fantastic and very friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, Larry's great too, because he'll like when I do like reviews of like Monster Hunter or his other books like Saga of the Forgotten Warrior, he'll repost it, or it's crazy
Share
how
it,
like you think like bigger authors maybe don't like Blaine Pardoe. He was the first author I ever had on my channel. I was honestly pretty nervous because that was like my first author interview, and it was like a New York Times best-selling author that's written an ass neck books. But he was awesome. And like Dave Butler, or not Dave, DJ Butler, I think his name is Dave. You know, he came on, like I just reached out. He said, "Yeah, come on." Like, okay, cool, dude. That was easy. Yeah, dude, they're super chill. I love those guys.
Yeah,
yeah, it's 8:00 my time and Richard's time. Do you guys have anything else for Relics of the Fallen before we start to wrap up?
I don't. I'm looking forward to continuing on and see what happens next.
Yeah. So let's see. Section 4 ends at page 140. That's kind of a big jump. That's like, ooh. Let's see. Section 3 is basically page 70 to page 98. That's about, that's like 30 pages. I don't know. I don't want to like stop in the middle of section 4. Should we just do a short section next week? Next week.
I would ask for us to do that simply because I'm getting married next weekend.
Oh,
so
congratulations!
Yeah. So things are about to get really hectic.
Put it on hold. No.
Yeah. Things are about to get really hectic, and I don't want to like. Normally, I'd be like, you know what, screw it. We'll read 120 pages. Like that would be it'd be fine. But this weekend is the one weekend I can't stay buried in a book. So
fair enough. You want to just take a bye week, or you still want to show up?
I mean, we could do section 3. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, so let's just read section 3 for next week. Probably won't take us too long to run through just one section, but still, you know, we can chat about it and BS about like we just did about other books and stuff. Yeah, dude.
I'll be better prepared next time.
I thought you were plenty prepared, dude. You had good thing to say, dude. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks.
How did you like it? Did you have fun on your first book club?
I did. Yeah.
Cool, man.
It's nice to be able to talk to other people that are reading the same books. I feel like I'm always off on this other tangent, and everyone's like, "Oh, I read this book." I'm like, okay.
Or like for me,
I'm reading this book. It's great.
This is like my only chance to get to talk, or it's like I talk to small children or my wife who doesn't read. So yeah, this is nice for me. It's therapeutic, dude.
Yeah, my wife
your own
books than I do, so there's no conversation there about books.
Yeah.
To clarify, Bruce is talking about his own children.
Yeah, my own children.
No quotes taken out of context.
I'll be like, I just finished A Night of the Word, which is book 2 of a Terry Brooks trilogy, but it has like demons and stuff in it. I'm like reading it out loud to like my baby, and my wife's like, "What are you reading?" He's talking about demons. I'm like, "What are you getting mad at? The Bible has demons in it. It's okay. I'm letting them know. I'm trying to read to him because I can't read if I don't talk to him. He starts fussing. So I got to like if I read out loud, he calms down. Then I also get my reading done. So back up.
There you go.
All right, guys. Well, I'll see you next Monday.
All right, sounds good.
All right. See you later, Mallory. Have a good one, chat. Later.